Hi, I'm Gordon Crow, and welcome to our Home on Wheels. Over the next few years, my wife Sandy and I are going to travel to as many Catholic parishes as we can in this vehicle and check them out. We're going to visit them, film them, and then put them on a YouTube channel that we're going to publish. There's more than 17,000 parishes in the United States, so while we know we're not going to get to all of them, we hope we can visit yours. At the end of the video, you can see how you can invite us, so be sure to stay tuned to the end. Right now, we're starting our adventure here in Wausau, Wisconsin, at St. Matthew's Catholic Church. That's very exciting to us, and the reason it's exciting to us is this is our home parish. Yeah, we're starting this adventure from our own home church. Let's go take a look at St. Matt's. I almost forgot an important point. The name of our YouTube channel. The name is MassTransit. Let's go check out St. Matthew's. St. Matthew Catholic Church is located in what today could be described as West Central Wausau. In the late 1950s, the city of Wausau was expanding rapidly. In the summer of 1958, on the corner of 28th and Stewart Avenue, a 30-acre parcel of land was acquired, and shortly thereafter, St. Matthew Catholic Church came into being. St. Matthew's began with about 180 member families. The church was designed with an emphasis on the word tabernacle, which was the portable earthly dwelling place of God, the tent in which he lived among his people. The tall pillars of the church interior represent the tent poles of the Ark of the Covenant. The angles on the ceiling represent the folds in the tent material. In 2015, the Locus Angelorum was completed, featuring angels in magnificent stained glass. The physical beauty of St. Matthew is attractive to many. But the true beauty of any parish lies in the people who make up the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. To get a better sense of St. Matthew's, MassTransit visited with Father Robert Thorne, who has been the shepherd at St. Matthew's for going on 20 years. We also visited with Jean Witzling, a charter member of St. Matthew. We visited with Brian and Natasha Hahnemann, parishioners with 5 children, all under the age of 10. And we sat down with Lee and Amy Peake and their daughters, ages 14 and 12. The Reverend Robert C. Thorne, Father Bob to his parishioners, was raised in Janesville, Wisconsin. He was a Capuchin Franciscan prior to being incarnated as a priest in the Diocese of La Crosse.
People here love to worship. They love to sing to the Lord. And that's something I've seen growing, and that just really inspires me. The other thing is our Hispanic community over the years has grown and becoming very integrated in the community. As in the Catholic community here, they participate in a lot of stuff. We have them on the different committees, have them on the committees. They get to know the people here, so it's very nice. It's great to see how the community is just growing in this care and concern for one another. Like there's this little boy who's going to be baptized tomorrow. He's 7 years old, I believe, and never been baptized. And I said, "Why do you want to be baptized?" He said, "When I walk into church, I feel the peace of Jesus, and I want that peace." 7-year-old boy, that's what I feel when I walk in there. And people tell me that all the time, they can just feel it in the church. And I believe that's part of the adoration. You never know what's going to draw a person. It's basically God's will working in there. I want you here. You need to really work on forgiving yourself. Letting go of it. I always use the image of the Mission, that movie, The Mission, of that priest going up the hill with all the weaponry on his back as he was sorry for what he had done to the indigenous in Brazil. And he's going up that waterfall, and he starts to fall backward because of the weight of the armor he's carrying on his back. It's kind of a penance. And this indigenous comes over and he takes his knife out, and you think, is he going to slit his throat? What's he going to do? Cuts the bag off. It falls down the cliff. The man falls forward, and he's just in tears because he let it go. And I say, gotta let it go. That's important. And that's where I think confession plays such a beautiful role. I see miracles happen in the confessional. I see people transformed. I see their faces changed with the absolution. It's just amazing how the Lord just works in that sacrament. He's right there in all the sacraments. Well, I think the most important thing is being pastoral. That's what I try to be in all that I do here. And not judging and not trying to be overly domineering or anything like that. But being pastoral, I think, is very important. To love them with the love of Jesus. And that's what I always tell them, Lord, help us to be your face in the world.
In 1958, as St. Matthew Parish was forming, a young family was building their home just a few blocks to the west of the new parish. Claude and Jean Witzling, along with their young children, became charter members of the new flock, where Jean continues today as a Eucharistic minister.
The special quality about St. Matthew's is the people who belong to the parish. They have come forward through thick and thin. They've been there to put the parish together. And it's a family. That's my religious family. I feel I've been given a privilege to be able to distribute communion of others in our parish. Something that I can do and contribute even as I've gotten older. Previously, I've got a whole list of things that I used to do. But as you age, you can't do all of those things. So this is something that I can do and feel like I can contribute to the parish. When I thought about Father Thorne, I was quite impressed. I thought he seemed to have a good take on people. He understood people, and he was willing to do for his parishioners whatever he could do. Seemed to have a handle on Catholicism and all the little innuendos that go with it. I was quite impressed. I'm glad he's with us still today. More importantly than just a church building, the people in St. Matthew's are beautiful, every one of them. There's a warmth there, there's a family feeling there. Children have always been welcome in the main part of the church. Children are part of your family, and they're part of the family, they should be part of the church. And I think that's one of the exceptional things that we've done through all of the years. I think they should be checking out St. Matthew's because there's a very welcoming feeling about it. There's a feeling of home, feeling of belonging. And I think they should, if they come to our area, at least spend some time at St. Matthew and see what I'm seeing.
Brian and Natasha Hanneman, along with their 5 children, bring energy and joy to every Mass they attend. They exude love for one another and for St. Matthew Catholic Church.
Hi, we're the Hanneman family. I'm Natasha. This is my husband, Brian, and Sammy, Maximilian, Anthony, Savina, and Rayla.
So we ended up at St. Matt's because we moved to the other side of Wausau. When you move across town and you have young kids, it's always easier to make sure you don't have a 25-minute drive to church because there always seems to be something that you need to take care of right before you're going out the door with children. We went to St. Matt's and met Father, and it just seemed like it was the right match.
We felt at home at St. Matt's.
Yeah.
Father Bob has always just made us feel welcome and at home at St. Matthew's. He's very accepting of our crazy circus, of all 5 of our kiddos. Our little girl, Savina, pretty much charges him every time after Mass. Sammy and Anthony, our boys, are serving now, so that's pretty cool.
And I think the other thing that we really connected with Father Bob on is, he can connect with anybody. It seems like he can cut through the cloud of what society is teaching you, of saying this is what you should have important in your life, and Father has a way of just saying, you know what, yes, this is what society is teaching you what's important, but what do you think that God would consider being important? And he has a great way of doing that through his homilies, through confession.
I I hadn't been to confession for a few years when we went to St. Matt's, and I was like, you know, when you haven't gone in a while, it's a little petrifying to go back. I won't ever forget, I called Father Bob. I left him a rambling voicemail about how I was so scared to go to confession and would he help me. And he called me and he said, well, just come over to the chapel. And I have never felt so just embraced and loved and not judged. St. Matthew's is a really unique combination of families with young kids, families with old kids, people of all ages, charter members that have been around forever, people that are just become Catholic in the past, 5-10 years. I just feel like we have a really special group of people at St. Matthew's that are accepting and would be great for younger families.
Lee and Amy Peake and their daughters, Marin and Abby, are fixtures on the front row pews at St. Matthew Parish. They are a family of unsurpassed love for one another and a love of Jesus Christ.
Honestly, I would say it's Father Bob, bringing young families here, being open. I can remember numerous times hearing homilies where he always said he wanted children of his own, but he never got that. But now he has many children that he is a father to.
After the readings, he'll say something that has happened in his life that was just like the readings and how they connect, and it just like shows you, well,
you go like, oh,
like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it helps you understand it.
We sat in the back because we had little kids, but honestly, they wanted to see all the time. So what we ended up having to do back there is stand them up on top of the pew so they could see. So actually they enjoyed being able to see in the front pew more, and I think they were more engaged in the Mass.
I feel Jesus through like everything here. Even whenever I'm serving and I'm carrying the cross down, I still feel it.
I think what Father Bob brings to the parish, and whether it's to younger families, younger people like us, I think he brings kind of that openness, that quality of love, and unconditional love, to the parish, to the parishioners.
There's a difference between like older priests and younger priests, because like younger priests talk about more like about what's going on like right now, and then older priests talk about like what their past was and like how it relates to now.
I am Lutheran, and I come to church with my family at St. Matthew's. I do get fed here at St. Matthew's. I feel it fulfills me spiritually.
One of the highest compliments I think I've ever heard her speak of with the church was that she felt like this was her faith community here. I want them to live the Catholic faith, but the first and foremost, live a life in Jesus. She's doing that. She's setting that example for them.
The most power you could ever have is prayer. You can't have any other superpower that's greater than that.
It's a strong congregation, I feel like. It's very strong family feeling.
It is a family environment here. And that's because there are older couples here, grandparent age couples, but there are also younger families with younger kids, and you'll hear the crying babies, and you'll hear the kids acting out, and I always kind of smile because I remember those days. This is a house of worship again, and it is full, and it is a testament to the Spirit moving here and moving through, the leader of this church, which is Father Bob.
You're always glad you came.
That's our pilot episode. Thanks for joining us. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. If you would, please share it with other friends and family and church members and ask them to subscribe as well. If you like the music on the channel, please be sure to check out Chris Brunell's YouTube channel. It's listed below. You can link to it from there. We're going to be hitting the road middle of next year, late spring, early summer. Until then, we're going to be filming episodes around the upper Midwest. If you'd like us to consider coming to your parish and doing a similar type of program there and publish it on MassTransit, reach out to us at the email given below. We'd love to chat with you, and eventually we'd love to meet with you. Most importantly, please pray for MassTransit, and please know that we're praying for you. God bless you.